I mean, you're doing something, and you'll pick up a saw.
Yeah.
And go to cutting.
No.
Okay. You don't think about
Nope.
the stuff like that. You don't think
Nope.
about it.
But anymore, the first thing I do is put my glasses on.
Yeah.
The last thing I do is take them off. That's it right there.
Yeah, it's
You
smart.
know.
And this is what you do. You think, I'm just going to cut this board.
Yeah,
Or
but it's going to take me but a minute.
I'm just going to do this right quick.
Yeah.
It happens that fast.
Yeah, that's how fast
know.
things happen. I mean, if we'd been fishing and stuff, and all of a sudden I just looked up and bam, right there. I remember even seeing him jerk it while I was baiting my hook, when I looked up, when I got it baited, hit me right square in the eye.
Gee,
But,
accidents,
Yeah.
stuff happens like that.
Yeah, it does. Crazy things.
I was, they sent me to vocational school when I was young because they knew I wasn't going to be no doctor or surgeon. Okay, I was in junior high. They sent me to vocational school in the 8th grade, so I got a head start on it. I mean,
Yeah, they put you
I
in
was
head
well
start.
educated the time I got out. I had a degree in welding, sheet metal, and carpentry. I was definitely going to be a tradesman.
That'd be something. Like,
One time I was chipping some slag. I was welding, and I was talking, and a piece of slag went under my tongue.
oh man.
And I'm going to tell you, I thought I was going to die.
Oh.
I couldn't get it out of my mouth fast enough. It burnt into
it's
underneath
burning
my
in
tongue.
there, yeah.
But stuff happens. These
Yeah, it's
accidents
crazy
happen so
things.
quick.
I was thinking the other day, most of the people is killed with crazy things that happens to them.
Yeah.
Most of the people, I believe, really.
Yeah. But you
It's
don't know
because-
they're crazy when you
No,
do it.
you're not thinking. You don't. I used to work with a guy. He never thought what the opposite was going to be, the reaction to what he was doing. Never think about what was going to happen.
Yeah.
If I tie this, what's it going to pull away from me?
Right.
But that's just the way things happen that way. It's really crazy. Crazy.
And back then too, you would let your kids do things that really was more dangerous than people. I mean, I was working. My dad had me working in an old building one time. He bought an old building. We were tearing it out, and I was up on the 3rd floor, and I was tearing it. The floor was all wet, had no roof and stuff like it. And I was on the 3rd floor, and all of a sudden I went to the 2nd. Okay, that's went right straight through the floor. Okay, I mean, it roughed me up. And if I'd been big as I am now to kill me, I'd have went to the basement. Okay, but stuff happens.
It's crazy.
These accidents, and I don't know how you can try to be careful. You should always try to be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, but by the time you learn to be careful, you're old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're old because you've learned about doing it, and you've got hurt enough times. And then you start thinking, thinking ahead.
I taught a safety class a lot for the company, and when I would teach it, a lot of times I would teach on, first thing I teach on your hands, not getting your hands in a bad position.
Yeah.
And I would always teach when you're loading equipment, I said, when that man goes to load that dozer, you get out of there. You don't have no business standing near it.
It slide off.
I said, get it, because I've had them slide off.
They will.
Bulldozers slide right down off that track, off a low boy or off a track, just getting it. And you're thinking, what in the world? And I've been on them before. And it starts, you try to act cool when it hits the bottom, boom. But you ain't thinking that the whole time. You're thinking, you're holding back on. You're holding back on both
levers. You're gonna go over a high wall.
You got your brakes on. You're holding back. Shoo.
I know of them sliding on ice too. It's like a sled. Those runners on those.
It
tracks.
is. We tried to put rubber on them. One time I was hauling diesel fuel to a coal mines. And back when I was making 1.75 cents a gallon. That's what I was making. I was hauling diesel fuel up to a coal mines, and my cousin Dwayne was with me. And I was going up the hill, snowing like a banshee. Okay, I got up at the top of the hill, and all of a sudden, it stopped. So I told him, I said, how about getting out and going up there and get the loader and hook to me, pull me on up here. He got out and walked right in front of the truck. About that time, that truck took off backwards. Like a sled, 3,000 pound of diesel in the back. It took off just flying backwards. All wheel slide. And then it spun around and started back down frontwards. And I rode it right out of the holler.
It's too slick for you, right?
Yeah, and I turned that sucker around and I said, listen, I'm gonna blow this thing up. I'm gonna get up a hill this thing. I took off flying and I got up there.
You got up there.
I had that thing digging. I dug it. I said, I'll spin the wheels off this sucker. But we're gonna, it's crazy. You shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But accidents and things that you think about stuff growing up and stuff that you risk your life doing.
And you got by with it.
Yeah.
Where some people didn't. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, the ones that didn't are gone.
I mean, I come in one morning. I'd been muzzleload hunting, deer hunting, come in and set my gun down in the office, and all of a sudden I just pulled it back. I must have thought I was outside.
Yeah.
Shot a hole through the ceiling. My office.
Lord.
My car lot office.
Lord.
There's a big old pig through my. You can see the daylight. I had to get the carpenters come fix it.
Gee whiz.
I just pulled the trigger back and shot. Right in the office. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, you look back on crazy stuff like that happens to you.
Well, I had a friend had a revolver in the closet. Opened the door and it fell out and hit the ground and went off.
Oh yeah, they will. If they got a hammer on them, they'll go off.
Shot and went off.
Yep, sure will.
Accidents.
Yeah.
How can you keep from having them? I don't know.
I don't either. That's the reason they call them accidents.
I don't know. I just, it's driving. You can have them. That's everything you're doing. You can think about growing up the stuff that almost killed you.
Yeah, I mean things that you were so close to it.
Yeah.
I've been close to it a lot of times. Things happening.
Yeah.
And it's just God watches over us and stuff, protects us. If He doesn't, we don't have sense to take care of ourselves.
Well,
I'd say.
I think about that. I think about things in our life that we go through and the challenges that we have. So when we talk about challenges as a young boy, and I know you're talking about you got hit in the eyeball, that's a challenge.
Yeah, it is.
But what were some other challenges you felt like that you run into as a young boy?
As a young boy, I run into, I just, I most of the time really, I just took things as a challenge. If there's something out there that I wanted to do bad enough,
right.
I would do it. I mean, I'd condition myself to where I could do it.
Right.
Just like, when you. I was always competitive in everything I've done.
Right.
I don't want to get beat. I hate to lose. I'm going to tell you right off the bat.
Right.
If you play with me, I want to play to win. I don't care. I'd like to win. That's what I did. That was the challenge, if I hunted, I wanted to kill a bigger deer than you did.
Right.
If I went fishing with you, I was going to catch more fish than you. That's the challenge. And see, I've done a lot of that mostly when back then we didn't have all this stuff going on like we do today.
Yes,
we didn't have
yes.
places to go. We had to go somewhere close.
Right.